bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse.
Hey guys, sorry it's so dark. It is about 5 o'clock at night now. I was looking through my Instagram and you guys really highly requested that I do an at-home workout for you guys. So I figured that I would give you guys exactly what you asked for and show you an at-home workout that you can do very easily. All you're going to need is some resistance bands, a pair of dumbbells, or something else you can use as light resistance, and a yoga mat if you have one. If you don't have bands, that's okay too. You can still do these things fully on your own with body weight. So let's get into the video. Let's start with warming up. So I've just put a band on right above my knee and I'm doing some lateral walking. So depending on the size of the space you have or the size of your room or just your goal in general, you can either start on one leg and go in one direction for 10 to 12 to 15 reps, or you can go side to side as far as you have space-wise, or you can just go back and forth like I'm doing right here. So the point of this movement is to stay slow, low, and controlled, or here I'm just trying to get my heart rate up and I'm really trying to get my glutes warmed up. You should feel it right in your glute med and it will start to burn, trust me. So now I am just going into a squat variation. This can be a nice squat option for those of you who need like a modified body weight squat, or just a great little knee dominant warm up. This is the knee dominant section, guys. So I would choose two of each of these exercises and do them 3 to 4 times in a circuit. Here is the squat from the side. You want to keep your core nice and tight, pushing the floor away from you. I'm adding my arms for just a little extra dynamic movement. I'm really just trying to get my body warm and ready. Another option that you can do with the bands is to place it lower around your ankles, squat down, and then lift and kick out from the glutes for a little extra abduction. This is going to get your booty and your quads burning. Now I'm just taking a band and I'm slipping it up right above the knee again where we had it for the squat, and this is another great warm-up option. These are clamshells. You lay on one side, keeping your core tight, feet are together, and you're just lifting and opening, using your hips and glutes to really move that band. If you need more or less resistance, these can be pretty easy to very difficult, and this is just another way to really get your glutes ready and warm. More squat options here. I like to add complexity with my squats from time to time, so you can always do something to make it even more full body, keeping the core tight, adding something like a curl or even an overhead press to just get more bang for your buck, more of a compound movement. I love curl to press because you're pushing the floor away, you're getting those quads and glutes warm, then you're pushing up through the shoulders. I love working shoulders, and the whole time you're keeping your core nice and stable. So this is a great full body option. You can do this with weight or without. You can find something around the house if you don't have dumbbells to add a little extra resistance for an overhead press. But I just want to show you guys that there are so many things that you can do with little space, your body weight, and just some creativity. For more knee dominant exercises here, if you're not a squatter and you don't feel comfortable with that, that's okay. We can always lunge. And this is a reverse lunge, so you basically step backwards, you're up on that back toe, and the working leg is the front leg. I have dumbbells at home, so I like to add that. If you don't have dumbbells, you can do this with body weight. It's still going to be quite difficult, but you're really working that front leg and pushing up through the front heel. Notice how I'm leaning in forward and bringing my ribs to my thigh. My core is nice and tight and my back is flat. That's very important. You don't want to be rounding your back when you're doing anything like this with weight. I'm just letting my arms hang at my side and pushing up through my front leg. Say you want to do something more dynamic and you don't have weight at home, you can always add a little bit of a lunge. Really works as a great warm-up or just a burnout for those quads and glutes. Speaking of glutes and hips, let's get them involved. I've got a little floor bridge going here. You can keep the band on for a little extra complexity, or if you want it to be even more difficult, do that on one leg. Now we are into upper body triceps. Let's do our little horizontal push-pull, and this is a little tricep warm-up. So I'm stabilizing my shoulder with my hand on my opposite shoulder, pulling the band down and extending all the way through my tricep, keeping the elbow in nice and tight. You can see from the side when I actually turn to the side that I'm keeping my shoulders square here from the front, but from the side, I'm extending all the way down and really pushing. If you want to make this more difficult, slow the tempo down or add more resistance with a heavier band. These are some of my favorites. I love triceps. More triceps and some horizontal pushing here. We've got a tricep push-up. I'm doing this modified on my knees. You can always make things easier, harder, and modify based on your body and your abilities. Keep the elbows in nice and tight and push the floor away. The elbows should be scraping against your body in a tricep push-up. Now for some more horizontal pushing. We've got your chest press here. Elbows at a 45-degree angle. They're coming down to the floor and I'm pushing the floor away, really focusing on using my pecs, stabilizing. My shoulders are back and down and my core is tight. If you want to switch things up a little bit, you can turn the palms in. This is going to add a little more tricep and a little chest there as well. Or if you want to add a little more complexity or stability, you can alternate one arm or the other. I'm going to do this with my palms facing out. I'll show you guys right here. Palms are back in that regular chest press position, and I am just alternating one arm to the other, nice and slow and controlled. This is actually going to get your obliques involved. So now you're working core, you're working chest, and you're even stabilizing through your shoulder girdle. So this is really a good exercise to do at home, and it will get your whole upper body burning. Guess what? More triceps, guys. Skull crushers. This is just a dumbbell variation of a skull crusher. You can do this with 2 dumbbells. You can do it with 1. I'm just showing you with 1. Mainly you want to focus on that push-up movement. You want to keep those elbows locked in place. They're not swinging all over the place, and you're getting your triceps working through that upward push motion. I love those. All right, now for some horizontal pulling options. This is your bent over row. Core is tight. I was a little tired, so my back is a little more rounded than it should be, but hips are back and I'm pulling through the elbows and squeezing the shoulder blades together. If you want to make something like this more difficult, you can change the position of your hands, your palms. You can turn them the other way, or you can do something like this, a renegade row, where I'm in a strong plank. I'm rowing one arm and then the other, and then I even added this little push-up complex for a push-pull combo. These are so hard, guys. I really hope you try it. It is not an easy exercise, but it is going to be a lot of bang for your buck because you're really getting your whole body involved. Now for some overhead upper body movements. This is just a lat pull down that you can do at home with a loop band. Here I'm alternating, but you can do it all on one side, 10, 12, 15 reps on one side and then alternate. But let me tell you guys, if you're doing it on one side, it gets super difficult, and you're going to see that in this video. I start to struggle just a little bit as we go on one side, but basically you want to be pulling down through your elbow, stabilizing that upper arm, and squeezing the lat on the working side, and that's the side that's moving as you come down. See, I am just like, whew, it is burning. It's burning. Do that on both sides. Great option for an upper body pull down at home. Again, you can always make this more difficult with a heavier band. We all know about bicep curls, right? Well, if you don't, here's some bicep curls. Mainly you want to keep those elbows at your sides. One of my favorite shoulder exercises, Arnold presses. Palms face you, and then up and rotate out and push them away from you all the way up. Make this harder by not locking out the elbows. And I like to go a little further in the back so I really get my rear delts working and my lats involved in stabilizing as well. Such a great upper body movement. Now we're on to core. These are just some Russian twists with weight. You don't even need to use weight. You guys can do this with just your fists together, side to side, hitting the floor. I want you to focus on keeping that core tight, keeping the heels high, and really moving through your thoracic spine. So get those shoulders moving and turning and twisting. Here I think I did 25 to 30 reps total before I shut the camera off, but you can just go until you are burning. This is going to be a bicycle variation. You could do a dead bug with a band around the feet too, or you could do it without, but this is just to add a little more resistance at home. Opposite shoulder to opposite knee, squeezing the core. Here's some more core and upper body combo. We're at plank toe tap. You're really going to get some abduction here in those glutes, your core, your obliques. Hi, that's the word I was looking for. Here we have some up downs, another great core and upper body combination. Woo, these are tough, but the most important thing is to keep those hips and shoulders nice and square. No shimmying all over the place. And here's just a nice little ending move. I just wanted to show you guys how creative you can get by putting movements together. Here I've got a squat, a curl, coming down into a plank, into a burpee, sumo squat, curl, up. Get creative, guys. If you only have a little space and a little bit of equipment, you can do so much. You can really get yourself sweating, get your heart rate up. These are great things to think about for people who may travel a lot or, live in a small apartment. Get creative. Get yourself a couple bands or some dumbbells, and you got Alright guys, this. so I hope this was helpful to you to see a couple of different variations of things that you can do. If you like this video or want more videos like this or suggestions or tips, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another Vlogmas video. I love you guys so much. Good night.